Hello, today I am going to show you how to start this beautiful flower triangle shawl that I designed 2 weeks ago. In this tutorial, we will be doing chain stitches, cluster stitches, and that's it. And this tutorial is beginner friendly. I am going to walk with you step by step. The yarn is yarn number 4 and I used this hook 2.75 millimeter. So let's begin. To begin, we are going to start with a magic ring. Magic ring, put your tail right here and go like this. Then take this finger, hold it, and take your hook and pull this yarn like this. Then just let everything out. See? Then you're going to do like a chain to secure your knot like this. Alright, okay, we are going to start with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in here in the ring like this. Okay, then you're going to start, let me pull this so that the ring is a little bit smaller so it's more in control. Then you're going to do another chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do another slip stitch in the ring. Okay, see, like this. So what you are doing is right here, 2 chain 3 right here. So basically you're starting the edging like this guy, but because this is in the middle, we're making 2 instead of 1. So now you're going to start doing the flower. Okay. You're going to start with chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, okay, yarn over, okay, pull 2 yarn. That's your cluster. So you have 3 yarn on the hook. Then you're going to pull 2 only and keep this one like this. Okay, and then you're gonna do another yarn over and pull the rest of it. That way you're making the petal pointy. Okay, now you're going to do a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yarn over, doing the same thing. Pull 2 yarn only, yarn over, pull 2 yarn only, and yarn over, pull 2 yarn only. Aha, okay, so now you have 4 yarn on the hook. Because of this chain, you're going to pull 3 yarn on the hook and save this one. Okay, like that. Then you're gonna pull out 2. Okay, remember we are doing that so that way your petal is pointy. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, making 1 more petals. Okay, pull 2 yarn only, yarn over, pull 2 yarn only, and yarn over, pull 2 yarn only. Okay, now you're gonna pull 3 yarn only, then pull 2 yarn only. See, now you have 3 petals, chain 5 in between, and 2 little loops. You're going to pull your ring like that. See, this is what you have. Very pretty, right? Okay, now you're gonna turn your work over and you are going to start this round right here where you're making a little picot. Look like a picot. Okay, now you are right here Okay, you're gonna make a little picot look like, and then you're going to start a foundation for the next flower. Okay, so to do that, we are going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then in here you slip stitch in here like this. Okay, you are going to do another chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do a slip stitch in the same spot like this. Okay, so you have a total of 2. 1 for the edging and 1 is where you're going to do your flower in here. Okay, from here to here you're going to do a chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, in here what you're going to do is, you see the point right here where the peak is at? What you're going to do is you're going to put your hook right here. Right here. Okay, like that. Do a slip stitch. Okay, you see? Chain 5, chain 7. It has a little droop. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do a slip stitch in the same spot. This is where you're going to do your flower in this ring. Okay, so you're gonna do another chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right here you're going to do, you see this peak part right here where the peak is at? You're going to do, take your hook, see, take your hook, do a slip stitch in here, do a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, do a slip stitch in the same spot. Okay, do another chain 3, 1, 2, 3, do another slip stitch in the same spot. So this is what you have so far. Okay, 2 picot, 1 picot right here, 1 picot right here, a loop, and then a loop. See, it looked like a king crown to me. I want you to pay attention to this round. This is where it's get a little bit tricky. It's not hard, but it's a little bit tricky. Okay, so I want you, after this, I want you to turn your work over. After this, I want you to turn your work over, and you see this yarn right here, you put it behind this loop. Okay, and then you're gonna take, you see, it's behind the loop, and then you're going to pull it up a little bit, just a little bit, and take out your hook. After you take out your hook, you go straight to this loop right here. Okay, and then you're going to take your hook and then move this loop over here. Okay, so basically you're trying to start your work in this loop. Now you're going to pull your yarn through that loop and this loop like this. Okay, so now your yarn and your hook is right here. Remember, this is the edging. Edging, edging, edging. Okay, now you're going to do a chain 3. This is where you're going to start a cluster. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Stop, and then I want you to put a yarn over your hook, and then I want you to put your hook through the loop, but ignore that piece that you pull. Okay, just work in that loop, this loop only, like this. Pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, Okay, so you have 3 yarn on the hook, pull 2 only, and pull 2. You see? You have edging, 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 edging. You're gonna do one more cluster in the same spot. Yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, then yarn over, pull 2. Okay, pull all your yarn and save this one. Then pull the rest of it. You have 2 cluster, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this is the middle of your triangle, you are going to do an increase every time is 3 cluster. So follow me. Pull 2, 1, 2, 3, like that. Pull 3 yarn only, and then pull 2 yarn. Okay, do a chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 1 cluster in here, same spot, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 3 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn. See? Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 1 more cluster in the same spot. Pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn. Then yarn over, pull 3 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn. Okay, see? You have 3 cluster in the middle, 2 on the side. Okay, we are going to make this part right here symmetrical with this, meaning that you are going to do chain. You are going to make your cluster, 2 cluster in here. Okay, remember this is the edging. Okay, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, and pull 3 yarn, then pull 2 yarn. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over. You're going to do another cluster. Pull 2 yarn, yarn over, do another 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, okay, then pull 3 yarn, then pull 2 yarn. Okay, so this is what you have so far. 2 cluster, 2 cluster, 3 cluster. Okay, this one is a chain 7, this one is chain 5. Now we are going to start another foundation for the next flower. Turn your work over, do chain 3, 1, 2, 3. A slip stitch in the last chain like this. This is the edging. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Right here. This is where your flower is going to be. Do a chain 7 like this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. You see the peak here? That's the highest point of your petal. You're going to do 1 chain 3 loop. Do a slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch in the same spot. Okay, This is the foundation. Chain 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Petal, you're making a loop on the petal. This is the highest part of your petal right here. Slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch in the same spot. Chain 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is the highest right here of your petal. Do a slip stitch in here. Chain 3.
1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch right here.
Okay. Chain 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is the highest stitch of your petal. Do a slip stitch. Okay. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. Chain 7. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
okay. Chain a slip stitch right here. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch right here. Do a chain 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So you're gonna do, you see right here, you're gonna do a slip stitch right here on this chain right here. And remember, this is the end of your round, and look at this, making sure to make it identical on this side. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, do a slip stitch in the same spot. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, do a slip stitch in the same spot. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. 2 chain 3 at the end, 2 chain 3 loop at the end. You have chain 3 loop on top of every single petal. See? See? And these are just chain 7 loop. Okay, turn your work over like this. This is what it looked like. Okay, I'm gonna walk you to the next round. Okay, well, let me weave this in offline, so next time when we look at our work, it's cleaner. Turn your work over. Remember the tricky part that I told you? You want to take your yarn and put it behind this. Pull your yarn up a little bit, just a little bit. Go to this loop right here. Okay, making sure it's a loop. And take your hook and pull this loop over. Then pull your yarn through both loop, this loop and this loop. Okay. Alright, perfect. Now your hook and your yarn is in this loop that you want to start your round. This is what we want to do. Okay, now you're going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yarn over and making sure that you put your hook through the loop only, just this loop only, not the loop, not the second loop that we just pull. Okay, not that loop. Pull your yarn, pull 2 yarn only, yarn over, pull your yarn, 2 only. Now you have 3 on the hook, pull 2 yarn and pull 1 yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember that at the end or the beginning of your round, you need 2 clusters in 1 loop. So you have 1 cluster already, you need 1 more cluster. Okay, pull 2 yarn, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, pull 3 yarn and pull 2 yarn. See, this is what you have. 2 at the end or the beginning of your round, 2 cluster, 2 cluster, 2 cluster, 3 cluster on the middle of your shawl. However, the loop right here and the loop right here, you only need to do 1 cluster, chain 5, 1 cluster, chain 5. The middle is your peak, 3 cluster. At the end of your shawl right here, 2 cluster. This round is different, but it's the starting of your repeat. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 cluster only. Pull 2 yarn, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, pull 3 yarn and pull 2 yarn. Okay, chain 5, 1,
2, 3, 4.
Remember, this is the middle, right? So right here, still 1 cluster. Pull 2 yarn, pull 2 yarn, pull 2 yarn, pull 3 yarn, pull 2 yarn. So make sure you do chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 cluster in here.
Yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn. Pull 3 yarn on the hook and pull 2 yarn on the hook.
You need 2 more cluster for your peak.
Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your second cluster in the same space. Pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, pull 3 yarn, and pull 2 yarn. Okay. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more cluster. Pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, pull 3 yarn, pull 2 yarn.
See, you have 3 cluster in the middle. Later you will be doing 3 cluster on top of this petal. Now you're going to repeat this part over here.
Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, do 1 cluster in here. Yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, pull 3, and yarn over, pull 2. See? Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here, we only do 1 cluster. So pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn. Okay, pull 3 yarn, pull 2 yarn. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2 cluster right here. Remember, we are at the end of our round. 2 cluster. Okay. Pull 2 yarn, pull 2 yarn, pull 2 yarn, pull 3 yarn, and pull 2 yarn. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more cluster. Yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, yarn over, pull 2 yarn, and yarn over, pull 3 yarn, and yarn over, pull 2 yarn.
This is what we have so far. This is where the beginning of your repeat. 2 cluster, 2 cluster. This is your starting point. 2 cluster, 2 cluster. 1 cluster only, 1 cluster only. At the peak, 3 cluster. 2 one cluster, one cluster. Okay, I'm gonna walk you to the next round for the foundation for your next flower. Okay, turn your work over, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch right here. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch in the same spot. Okay, remember this is the edging and this is where you put your 2 cluster for next round. Now we're doing chain 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're going to do our loop right here at the peak of your flower, right here. Do chain 3 loop, 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch in here for your next flower.
Chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, see, this is the peak of your petal. Do chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. Okay, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right here, chain, do a slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch. Chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right here, do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. So you're making chain 3 loop on top of every single petal. Okay, so chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, doing a loop on top of this petal. Right here. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch in the same spot. Chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chain 3. Do a slip stitch right here. Do a slip stitch right here. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Do a slip stitch right here, same spot. Okay, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch in the same spot. Chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch in here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch in the same spot. Chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch right here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 loop of chain 3. So this is the peak of your petal. Okay, up here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. Okay.
This is what you have so far. 2 chain 3 loop on the last petal. 1 loop, 1 loop, 1 loop, 1 loop, 1 loop, 1 loop on every single petal except at the end, because we are doing the edging at the same time. And this is the beginning of the repeat. You're going to start doing this until you meet the size of the shawl that you like. And I hope you like this tutorial, and I hope this tutorial is beneficial to you. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to hit like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. I upload video very often, and thank you for watching.